Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. In this video, I'll tell you about a Canadian tourist who suffered a tragic end to his vacation, a man electrocuted outside a restaurant, 60 foreigners arrested in the Philippines, Japan gives the Philippines money, plus more. Let's get started with the USD to peso exchange rate. The peso gaining a little ground on the US dollar. Right now, $1 equal to 58 pesos. Let's jump straight into our main story. But if you haven't had a chance to subscribe, take a second out of your day, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It only takes a second, but really motivates me to make these videos. Here's our main story. Canadian tourist Gilbert Giroux, 66, tragically passed away after slipping and hitting his head at a Pattaya resort near Jomtien Beach. He had just checked in for a holiday when he fell on the entrance stairs, striking a concrete statue. Rescue teams attempted to save him, but sadly, he did not survive. Investigators are reviewing CCTV footage and examining his belongings, including medication, to gather more information. His family and the Canadian Embassy have been notified. A peaceful getaway turned into a heartbreaking tragedy. Definitely heartbreaking, considering he was there to enjoy himself. I mean, any way you go probably is not a good way. Most likely just a slip and fall, but I hope the investigation reveals a little bit more detail, just so we can prevent any future incidences in case there was something wrong with the steps, the stairs, the railing, anything like that. And then let's head on over to the Philippines. Illegal pogo in Davao del Norte. The National Bureau of Investigation Southern Mindanao Region Office arrested at least 60 individuals, mostly Chinese nationals involved in illegal Philippines offshore gaming operations on Friday. The arrest was made in a 1.5 hectare warehouse hub in New Malitbong, Barangay Manay. According to the NBI Semro spokesperson, the operatives were able to apprehend 59 Chinese nationals and one Filipino from Manila. The suspects have been operating the scam hub for more than 4 months now. Once again, these scam hubs, I'm so happy, I mean personally, because I've been kind of hit with, I don't really know if it happens from the scam hubs, but you know, I get random phone calls, WhatsApp messages. If you're online dating, you don't know who you're talking to. Even my credit card, this is the second time now, I didn't tell you guys the second time, but last time was last month. Now it happened again. Once again, it was compromised. So it's annoying to get another credit card because I only had one. I didn't think I'm gonna need more, but I should have really come up here with two. Actually, I got rid of a few of them. Anyways, long story short, scam hubs, get out of here. The president, of course, gave to the end of this year, get everybody out of here. So hopefully just nobody wants to get scammed, right? In any circumstances, especially when it's so organized on such large scale, and not just the Philippines. These scam hubs operate from all over Asia. Staying in the Philippines, both the Philippines and Japan, two of the United States' closest allies, have taken a strong line against what they see as aggressive behavior by Chinese vessels in the South China Sea, in which Japan granted the Philippines $11 million in security aid to bolster its defenses. Some more good news in the Philippines for students and families to have a breathing space as they recuperate and build their lives. President Bongbong Marcos signed into law on Friday, December 6th, a measure that temporarily pauses student loans payments during calamities and disasters to provide relief to affected students and their families. I think that's wonderful, excellent. Of course, the Philippines gets hit with so many typhoons a year, and nobody wants to be thinking about paying back loans, especially as a student. A lot of people in need, and I'm glad that the president signed this into law, hopefully relieving a little bit of stress for students trying to pay that money back and their loans until they can get back on their feet. More positive news for Filipinos and the Philippines. Manny Pacquiao, one of the most decorated boxers in history, has been elected to the International Boxing Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2025. Pacquiao, I believe 8 different divisions he's won titles in, so good for him, well deserved. Don't know much about him, I just seen a lot of his fights. He's a great fighter as far as I'm concerned. Winning all that stuff has to take talent. Let's go on into our next story. And our last positive story from the Philippines, President Marcos inaugurated the country's first mobile soil laboratory on December 6th. The lab housed in a 10-wheeler truck provides free soil analysis to help farmers improve soil health and crop fields. Capable of testing 44 soil parameters, the lab will initially travel through several provinces, staying 2 months in each to assist 10 farmers daily. Results will be available within 5 days. By 2025, 16 more mobile labs are planned, one for each region, as part of the Bureau of Soils and Water Management National Soil Health Program. That's fantastic news. Having access to this will surely help so many farmers. Probably an industry that deserves a lot more credit. Farmers usually, in the daily conversation, nobody really says much, at least not in my world, about farmers, but they obviously provide everyone with food. So thank them. Hopefully this helps their lives, their livelihood, and maybe helps the Philippines produce more vegetables and fruits. Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, but hopefully reducing some of the prices I've seen. Just saw 2 tomatoes for like $3.50 the other day. And then the next couple stories are from Thailand. A 33-year-old man named Thurak Kiwa tragically passed away in Phuket on December 5th after being electrocuted near a restaurant in Don Jomtao Road. The accident happened when he slipped on wet ground and unknowingly touched a lamppost that was leaking electricity. Despite efforts from emergency services and bystanders to save him, he was pronounced unalive at the hospital. The tragedy is even more devastating as he had recently reunited with his partner after years apart. Local authorities have turned off the faulty lamppost, and the Phuket Highways Department has been notified to address the safety issue. Come on, man. What is happening in Thailand? Such sad stories. 2 people just tragically gone because they slipped. Yeah, it's one of those things that's such an unfortunate event, right? Now, who knows what the safety precautions were with that lamppost? Who's at fault? Some negligence? It's very hard to say. In Southeast Asia, there's wires hanging everywhere. You gotta be dipping and dodging. I'm a short dude and I still have to sometimes dodge these low-hanging wires some places. So please be careful of your surroundings. I know people fell into like the sidewalk before. I've almost broken my ankle in one of these places. So sometimes we're happy, we're excited, we're comfortable. I'm not blaming this guy, but my point is, let stories like this be just a reminder to always be aware of your surroundings. It takes just a small thing to cause a serious problem in your life. And lastly, a monk in Thailand turned heads when staff at a store used black adhesive tape to create makeshift eyebrows, allowing a facial recognition system to process his welfare payments. The humorous incident sparked by the system's inability to recognize the monk's eyebrow-less appearance has gone viral online. This story underscores the sometimes unexpected challenges of technology and cultural practices. I suppose monks shave their eyebrows, the system couldn't recognize them. They're like, hey, let me fix this. 1 eyebrow, 2 eyebrows. Maybe this explains why so many Asians draw on their eyebrows. Now it's time for a segment Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video, which was about an update for Elliot Eastman, the American vlogger. If you guys haven't seen that, take a look at that one, and here are the top comments. Portland GTR says, after 48 hours, the chance of a person taken being alive drops to just 5%. After a month, it drops to 0.1%. So deductive reasoning would make this obvious. Sad to see it. This is just because he's American though. Imagine how many native Filipinos have this happen and you don't hear about it. Plus the putrid smelling water holes where you can't even see water through the trash would easily be a place to bury him, and nobody would think twice of the smell. Too many things make this way too easy there. Jaron Phil said it was a perfect storm of mistakes that made this possible. 1, he documented his daily routine and location on YouTube. 2, he was loaning money to the locals, equals big mistake. 3, he was a white foreigner marrying a local Muslim girl in an area known to be hostile towards Westerners. 4, he had not acted on the multiple warnings he received that people were plotting to get him. 5, his murderers knew that he was defenseless, unarmed, and had no real protection. They came heavily armed in a surprise amphibious attack. When they made their move, Elliot didn't stand a chance. He was a sitting duck. He checked every box on a mistake list. The only way he could have saved himself, if he really wanted to live there with some degree of safety, would be to have a secure gated compound with high walls, topped with broken glass, and aggressive guard dogs, and keeping a very low profile with no YouTube exposure and no money lending. He was like a moth to the flame. The comment section of that video are full of people having theories, opinions, different ways he could have prevented this, and people just sharing their thoughts. If you guys want to share your thoughts, go ahead and leave them down below. If you take the time to write it, I'll take the time to respond. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. If not, I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye. Boy, let's go boo that.